Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Brighton football's own Luke Whittaker. How's it going, bud?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Casey?
Doing well. Season complete. High school football career is complete as well. Obviously, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, but still a pretty successful season.
For sure, for sure. It was a good season. Definitely one to remember. We had a lot of things that went, like you said, went well, and then a couple things that went wrong. But at the end of the day, we made a brotherhood with the boys, and we had a great time. So.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of times where a lot of people thought that I know you guys just had to battle back from a lot of things and, really, starting the season 1-3 and, getting the win at Fordson after the Hollow loss to get into the playoffs. What was it just like to battle back from a lot of things? And you personally had to do that too, obviously with, getting injured early on in the year and then coming back later.
Yeah, so it was tough. Like you said, starting off 1-3, a lot of people were already, down us and stuff. And we had to come together and say, look, like everything we want to do is still ahead of us. We got to work harder. We changed some things. We had some leaders step up. And then, of course, I went down week 3 against Northville. And that was tough personally. It was a battle mentally, physically, emotionally, all those things. And I had a lot of support from coaches and players, and actually came back 2 weeks earlier than I was supposed to. And I worked really hard in PT and stuff. So like I said, I got to be able to come back 2 weeks earlier. And then from there, we just balled out. We had that hard loss to Howell. And right then it was like, we got to win or we're done. And we came out, played really hard, and got the win against Fordson. So.
Yeah. I mean, I knew you've accomplished a lot and a lot of guys, and you had to replace a lot of guys from, last year's team. And, what was that like to, have the challenge of doing that? A lot of new guys and a lot of new places, and everyone did pretty well.
It was big shoes to fill. A lot of the kids had offers or got looked at and was just amazing athletes. So we also didn't have a lot of field experience for the seniors who came in and played this year. So we had a lot of kids that had to step up, but I was fortunate enough to get some play time my sophomore and junior year. So, I was looked at to lead, and I think I was able to lead out there and just help everyone, with if they were struggling on anything, be able to be that guy that they can depend on if they don't know where to line up or don't know what they're doing. So had a lot of kids, ask me questions, but we got through it and we were good. So.
Okay. So, let me ask you this, before the summer, going into the season, what were, some of the things that you wanted to work on? And honestly, what were some of the things that you really improved on, from the beginning of the season to the end of the season?
Yeah. So some of my biggest things, especially in the off season, was putting on weight. So I worked on that, was in the weight room, was pounding protein and all that stuff. So I ended up putting on quite a few pounds. And then I really wanted to get better with my the intelligence part of the game, because you can be big, you can be strong, but you need to also be smart. So I went and I played 7-on-7, got locked in there on the different coverages, different stuff. And then our coaches actually gave us a great opportunity in the off season to come in, hit the film room, go over plays, go over formations, go over alignment, assignments, all that different stuff. So I really improved on the mental part of the game this year and was much quicker in my reads, knew that if this guy went this way, if this guard did this, if this running back went here, what to do on that. So I really improved on that part of the game.
Yeah, for sure. Going in, knowing that, that your time in high school football is done, what were some of the things that you're going to most remember about your time?
Yeah, so definitely after the wins, it was always a blast, either on the bus rides home or just in the locker room, blasting Yellow Submarine. That'll always be a memory of mine. Yeah. It was also great, the Fordson game. That one really hit me. Our backs were against the wall, and we started off, I think we were down at halftime, and we came out and we said, you know what, like this is it, like let's go out, let's win. And we went into a, tough environment and played a really good team and ended up on top. And that was really cool, meaningful. Gave us a lot of confidence going into the playoffs, and yeah,
Yeah.
awesome experience.
Best moment from your time playing football?
I would have to say, I don't know if you remember this one, but my junior year,
Yep.
KLA crossover, I picked off Bryce Underwood.
Yes, I do remember that.
Yes. And that was just amazing. I mean, for the game wise, they were up 14-0, I'm pretty sure, and they're pushing down with going into halftime, about to make it 21, and was able to pick him off. And so for the game wise, we were able to go in 14-3, so we were in a good position. I know the score didn't, say that at the end of the game, but still we were at a good spot. And then just to pick off that kid, because as you know, he's gonna be in the NFL soon, and to be able to show my kids one day, be like, hey, you see that guy? I picked him off. So that was by far my coolest moment in high school.
For sure. All right. Let's get to know you a little bit, Luke. How about that?
Okay.
Oh, wait, before we do that, I do have one more. What does football mean to you?
That's a hard question, because I've always known it, but this year really pushed it. It's not just a sport. It's much more than a sport. I mean, you give opportunities to so many kids, they might not see the field, but they always love them. That was my biggest thing, is I always wondered why, if you're never going to see the field, why are you coming out to play? But I really realized why. I mean, the brotherhood that you make, it is so awesome to come in there, work with those guys every day. You do actually shed blood, sweat, and tears for these kids, and it's just so meaningful. I always know that these guys have my back, and always be friends with them and everything, and just the bond that we made together, it's amazing. So
Absolutely. All right. Now let's get to know you. How about that?
all right.
All right. Favorite player growing up?
My favorite player growing up was it's probably Kelvin Johnson.
Okay.
I just always loved him. I didn't get to see him for too long. I was too young at the start of his career, and I was am I frozen out, or can you?
Yeah, I can still hear you, bud.
Okay. Um
Okay, you're back now.
yeah. So I was too young at the start of his career to really recognize him, and then obviously he ended short of what everyone expected. But just to see him go up and catch balls, and I used to play receiver, so I always thought I was gonna continue on with that. I went and bought a bunch of I had his jersey. I went and bought a painting of him. Just was he was always my favorite player. So
All right. I feel like I haven't done this in a while. Let's ask the 10 burning questions. I know we did this. Okay, so here we go. The first one is, how do you mentally prepare for a game?
So before game, we always have a team dinner.
Okay.
And after team dinner, I go to my car and I listen to softer music, so more like country, because I don't want to hype myself up yet. So I listen to country, then we go into the locker room. I get changed. I put my girdle, my pants on, my cleats on, my socks, everything. I start listening to music, a lot of rap and stuff, just because the upbeat, and some, AC/DC, just the upbeat songs, kind of mentally lock in. And then we always have team meetings before. So we'll have an offense, defense, special teams meeting.
Yeah.
We'll meet there. And then after that, I'll do my 100-yard walk, is what I say. And I'll walk from end zone to end zone, just mentally locking in, picturing in my mind, how plays are going to go, what I'm going to do when this player does this. So just to mentally lock myself in. So.
For sure. On a scale of 1 to 10, how well are you at responding to text messages?
I'm not very good, Casey. I'm not going to lie. I'm not very good. I'd probably say a 4, to be honest with you.
Okay.
It's not that I just get busy and I'm looking at other stuff and I just
Yeah.
forget about it. So
Okay. Okay. So let's just say that someone from the city of Brighton comes to you and says, "Hey, we're building something here. What do you think?" And you get to pick what it is. So what do you think? What do you think you would build in Brighton? Like this, it could be a restaurant, could be a store, could be anything.
it's a great question. Um, hmm. I would like to build. I got two things.
Okay.
I got a restaurant. I would love a Chick-fil-A. I don't know if you've ever been to Chick-fil-A.
I have.
Love that. They only have them in like Novi and then like in the mall and stuff. But like,
Yeah.
I think that if they put one in and put in the right spot, I think that they would make a ton of money.
Yeah.
Everyone in Brighton that I know loves Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I
also,
know
I
the
don't know.
rumors have been flying wild about Chick-fil-A coming here.
Yes, yes. And then if you didn't know this, one of my hobbies is playing golf. So
Yeah.
I'd love to get like a Top Golf or one of those places up here
Top golf here.
where we got like, ranges and stuff, but
Yeah.
I just I've always liked that place. So, if we get one of those up in Brighton, I think that again, like a ton of people would go to it. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. What is your pregame meal before a game?
So usually I just have whatever we get sponsors, so it's either like Lamarsa, Buffalo Wild Wings,
Jersey Mike's,
Jersey Mike's, yes,
Texas
those are always
Roadhouse,
good.
I think, one time.
Yeah, Texas Roadhouse. But what I did for a while with Grant Heatherton is we would run to Firehouse Subs.
Oh yeah.
We'd always go and get a sub before a game, and then I'd always have a Pedialyte on game day to make
Yeah.
sure I was hydrated because I had some issues with that my 8th grade year. So ever since then, I've always drinking a Pedialyte before a game.
Yeah, for sure. Um, what do you do to make yourself feel better if you're having a bad day?
I always either go to my mom. My mom's awesome. She's always had my back, or I got great friends who are very supportive and understanding, and they always, find a way to cheer me up, make me laugh, stuff like that. But yeah, I got a really supportive group, whether it's my family or my friends. So
Yeah. How much do you remember about past seasons of football or any other sport you've played?
um football, I remember a lot, especially like the big moments, like last year the Belleville game and like the Howell game, the Heartland game, and then the year before that when I got pulled up, I remember my last game of the season against Livonia Franklin.
Yep.
And I remember some stuff from freshman year when I made big plays and stuff and big wins for us. And then, of course, I remember, the big moments in youth football when we won championships, when we made it to the, final, stuff like that. So
Right.
I had pretty good memory. And that was probably like the hardest thing after the season was over, is just we all went on the field and sat there, and then just to look back and be like, yup, that was where I got my first touchdown. That's where I picked off Bryce Underwood. That's where I got my first sack. That's where this happened. So that was probably, the saddest thing, is just the memories of all those great moments that I've had in this program. So
If you got to pick one social media app to use and delete the rest, what would it be?
that's a tough one. I would say Snapchat, just because I'm a very talkative person.
Yeah.
I love talking to my friends. And I could go without, scrolling on TikTok, scrolling on Instagram and stuff, but I love to, communicate with my friends and family and stuff. So I'd probably say that.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Here's the most controversial question on here. Rank your top 5 fast food restaurants. Okay. So here's how this works.
Okay.
So any like restaurant, like, you got your regular fast foods, like your McDonald's, your Burger Kings, and all that. Then you have your premiums, which is like your Qdobas, your Five Guys.
Is it like anything that's got a drive-through? Is that what we're saying here?
Well,
are we counting like Five Guys and Chipotle? Like,
that's what I just said. And that's in the premium restaurant, like the Five Guys, Chipotle's, Qdobas. Restaurants count too. So one being the best, 5 being I still like it, but there's 4 ahead of it. So
Shoot,
you can
Casey,
go
put
one
me
to
on the
five
spot here.
with one
Put me on
being.
the spot.
Yeah.
Okay. Coming in at number 5, Panda Express.
Okay.
I always I get their plate, get some noodles and some chicken. Always love that place. It's always been good, and when you're in a rush and stuff. Coming in at number 4, I'm gonna have to say Mod Pizza. Are you counting Mod Pizza?
Yes.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
gonna count Mod Pizza. It's very quick, you get a personal size pizza. You can put
Yeah.
whatever you want in it. I love like the Subway type places and stuff. So
Yeah. You get
we'll
what
say
you
that.
want.
Number 3, and this actually kicked off a very similar restaurant like that. I'm gonna have to go with Qdoba. It used to
Okay.
be Chipotle, but I started going to Qdoba. I think their meat's better. I think their queso's better, and kicked Chipotle off the list.
They have a better burrito, don't they?
Yes.
Okay.
Number 2, this is a controversial one. This is my favorite sub shop, Subway.
Okay.
A lot of people are on the Jimmy John's train. A lot of people are on the Jersey Mike's, all those places.
Yeah.
But I've always loved Subway since I was
Yep.
a kid, and like to be able to customize my stuff.
Absolutely.
Coming in at number 1,
Again,
the owner of the $5 biggie bag,
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Absolutely,
It's
man.
so easy. Go there. You spend $5. You get a full meal before football practices, before going to hang out with my friends, before, if you're just a little hungry, you need a snack. They always got you. They got the Baconator, they got Frosties. It's my number 1.
Yeah, that's some good stuff right there. And here's the thing though, with the exception of Subway, they're all literally right around each other.
Yes. Yes, they are all in Brighton. I'd say probably in the range of 5 to 10 minutes from my house. So, it's great having all those. Brighton has a really good they have really good like restaurants, whether it's fast food or, sit down restaurants.
Yeah.
They have a lot of them. So
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff here. I do live here. So
yeah.
okay. All right. What is a song that you know every word to without looking?
I'm gonna give you 2 because I have 2 different genres. I know a lot of country. I either listen to country or I listen to rap before
Okay.
games.
Yeah.
Dreams and Nightmares, Meek Mill.
Okay.
Every lyric to that song. And then country, I would have to go Burn 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 by Zach Bryan.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
love those songs. Listen to country, when I'm out and about with my friends, and then I listen to rap before games and just, playing it so many times and know every lyric to it. So
Yeah. And finally, what is if you could tell young Luke something, what would you tell him?
I would say keep pushing, keep going hard, never never give up, and don't do everything to the best of your ability because you don't want to sit there and have regret now. I don't have too much, but there's times where I'm like, you know what, I could have pushed 10 more reps on squat. I could have did more conditioning. I could have ate, more food. I could have done this. I could have tried harder on that play. I could have tried to dodge that tack or that block and make the tackle. So just that, do everything to 100% of your ability, and that way you have nothing to look back on and regret when you're done. So.
All right. Luke Whittaker, thank you so much for the time. We'll talk to you soon, bud.
Thank you, Casey.